Hi folks, Rodney back again. I've had a couple of viewers here recently ask me to do a review on my motorcycle trailer and then also my riding gear. And so I'm going to kind of break this down in two different parts here. But if you're looking for the riding gear, just hang with me for a couple minutes here. Let me talk about the trailer and then I'll get to the riding gear for you. So first off, this is my Echo motorcycle trailer. So I actually bought this used. I bought it, gosh, I've had it probably 7 or 8 years now. And it's such a great trailer. It's heavy duty. Everything is built really sturdy, and that's the problem. Is a lot of these utility trailers that you see, a lot of them are not made very well, and they're not very durable. And so you put more than 1 or 2 bikes on there, and you know, it just doesn't handle great going down the road. But anyway, this is an Echo trailer. I just looked it up. Retail on brand new ones right now are going for right around $2,000. This trailer empty weighs 450 pounds, and they say that you can have 1,563 pounds of payload, not including the trailer. So that's just weight, and then of course the gross vehicle weight is 1,953, I think it was. So anyway, I got a really good deal on it. The guy wasn't using it; it had been sitting in storage for quite a while, and it's worked perfect for what I've needed it for. Now, one thing that I did do is I changed the tire size. So they come with 12-inch tires. Actually, these are 12. The sidewall was a little smaller on the other ones, and so this one's a little bit taller, but I put heavy-duty tires on it too. I ride off-road, and so I go down a lot of gravel roads. There's a lot of potholes and stuff in them, so I wanted some heavy-duty tires on there. So anyway, I did that. Now, these are called MotoCinch tie-downs. And so they actually hook in here. There's a fastener there, and then they hook over the peg itself. And so one of the things that a lot of people talk about or complain about is that they don't really like to use tie-down straps because they're afraid that it's going to you know, change the spring rate on their springs being sacked out or putting pressure on them if they're going on any, you know, real length. So these actually work very well. You put the bike on the trailer, you just fasten it inside there and run it over the peg, one tie down, and then you don't even have to run a strap, a tie down strap at all. I do actually run one strap. I'll tie it here and then put it to the foot peg on the bike just to prevent it from going back and forth, and it keeps it really snug. But as far as side to side, I've never had any issue with it whatsoever. And I've used it on my 450. I've got this 250 two-stroke KTM. I've had a couple other bikes I've used them, and that size that I have it set at has worked perfect for all of them. So if you guys are ever thinking about something like that, that is a great thing. And like I said, you don't have any pressure, and so what happens is with it sitting on the pegs, it squats the back end maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches. So you're putting just a little bit of pressure on the rear shock, but it's not much at all, and virtually no pressure on the front forks. So that is I really enjoyed that, and you know, everybody that's seen it really liked that idea too. So anyway, that's kind of the trailer. Now I'm going to switch over, talk about gear a little bit. So things I take with me when I go out riding. So I do have the Boxo toolkit, and one of the biggest things that I really liked about the Boxo, and they are expensive, so think about that, but with the Boxo tool set, everything is neat and organized, and so it's all metric, so you'll have every tool that you need for when you go riding, but everything has its own holder and everything stays in place, and never have to worry about any tools being out of place or anything. And so I've got another set here that I used to use. It was a Craftsman, and this is it up here. And the problem that you always run into, and this is just kind of a junk box now, but you see how everything's scattered in there. So I come home, I rearrange everything, put it back in. Well, the next time I get out riding, you see the drawers don't want to close very well either, but everything's scattered. You can't find the tools half the time that you need them. And the funny thing is they end up disappearing. Where they go, I have no clue. I'm pretty good about putting my tools back. But anyway, that was kind of the reason for going to the Boxo, because I wanted to make sure everything was neat and organized. And like I said, going down those gravel roads with all the potholes, you know, it was a better way to keep it organized and then not have that hassle anymore. So now I'm going to flip over and kind of talk about gear. So I have always run Fox gear. I'm not saying one brand's any better than the other, so it's not really a debate. But somebody just asked me, what do I wear, what do I have, and I'm just kind of explain what I've been using for quite some time. I like Fox gear. I like the way it fits. I've looked at 7, and I would like to get 7 gear, but most of it is compression, and I don't know. I'm 56 years old, so I don't know that I have the bod anymore for compression outfits, but I like the way they look. So anyway, so I have Fox helmets. These are the V1, and then this is the V2. The V2 actually fits a little snug compared to the V1s, and so I only have one of those, and then of course I've had these two. This one is set up for a Senna. And if nobody knows what a Senna is, it's a communication system that you put, you have to do a little modification to get it onto the helmet. It's actually set up where it has a mic, which is right there. And it does a pretty good job of isolating wind noise and stuff. The benefit to it is that if you're riding with a buddy and he has one too, you can pair up the two systems together and communicate back and forth. Now I will say that it's a little limited on range. So it's kind of line of sight. If you go probably more than a half mile away, if you can't see each other, you're definitely not going to be able to communicate. But if you can, it's usually pretty good. Now, if you start going around a bunch of corners or trees or stuff like that, and you have something kind of blocking in between you, it's going to fade out there. It will pair back up as soon as you get back into range together. So that's a benefit. As far as goggles, I've got a pair of view goggles. Actually, I have 2 pairs of views. I got this pair of airspace that I've had, or air defense rather, I've had for quite some time. I kind of like the air defense actually a little bit better. It seems to fit a little bit better. And these are nice because they're easy and easy to change the lens out real quick. Just kind of pops off the sides here, where these you have to kind of break apart and get the lens popped out. So I definitely like the way the lens goes inside with these, but the way they fit inside the helmet, it's like these fasteners or hangers on the side kind of mess up a little bit. And also I wear glasses, and so having to wear glasses inside the air defense, it's actually a little more room, where this is a little more compact. So anyway, those are the helmets. Fox gloves, I've got many different pairs of Fox gloves. I forget what style these were. Yeah, forgive me, I don't remember which, but anyway, a bunch of different pairs of Fox gloves. I do have a Fox riding jacket. When I first got it, it was actually pretty good. The one thing that I have noticed though, if you wear like a backpack, and I'll show you a backpack here in a moment, but if you wear a backpack and it puts any creases in the plastic anywhere, it's going to end up cracking on you. And so that's the one thing that I didn't like about it. I ride off road most of the time, and so I'm taking keys, wallet, phone, whatever I need to take with me, I have it in a backpack. So I can't wear my backpack over the top of this because it's going to end up cracking pretty soon. So that's kind of a downfall to that. But when it's muddy, it's definitely great to have it to keep the mud and stuff off of you. I did end up buying another Fox jacket, and it's a little more heavy duty, and so in the winter time when it's really cold out, it actually keeps you really warm, and it's water resistant too. As far as the gear itself, now this is 360 gear here, and it's funny, over the last couple of years they've actually kind of changed it, so this actually seems a little bit more like 180 gear the way it's set, but it breathes a little bit better. I do have another set of 180 gear here, and I have several different sets of 180 gear. Obviously the one thing about these that I don't care for is they snag really easy, and so riding in the woods, if you catch it on a branch or something, it's going to snag the material, but they've held up pretty well other than a few snags here and there. The other 360 gear that I have has actually been very durable. Now they are more expensive, but they're definitely a lot more durable. And then I've got some of the, I can't even think of the name of them now, but I've got some other gear too that's real hot weather, and so it breathes better, and it's more of like a compression type. So I've got a bunch of sets of gear there. Boots. So I've been Alpine Stars, however you want to pronounce it. I've used that for quite some time. I've always ridden with the Tech 7s. I've never tried the Tech 10s. I don't like the idea of having a bootie inside the boot. So I've ridden with the Tech 7s, and they're actually really comfortable. I recently bought a set of Fox gear, or boots rather, and these are the Fox Instinct. And these are their premier boot. Now they just recently came out with a brand new boot, and so knowing that these were kind of being phased out, I wanted to go ahead and try a set just to kind of compare. So normally these were, I think, over almost $600, and I got them for $367. So I got them on sale, and one of the things I really like about them is that it's amazing how much traction, I won't say traction, how much feel you feel on the bottom of the boot. And so like when you got your foot on the pegs, it's weird. It's almost as if you can actually feel exactly where the peg's at on the boot. This, not quite so much. I've noticed that the Alpine Stars, they're a little wider in the toe box. These are a little narrower. These will actually put a lot more, and it's weird. You can kind of see how they kind of angle in, but they put a lot more pressure right around here. So it does feel like it gives you a lot more ankle support. Is very flexible. So one of the things I noticed is that there's not much break-in time. With these, I've always taken them when they're brand new and just kind of taken them and just kind of go like this, and I'll do that back and forth, and I'll work it for a good while, and you'll feel that they'll actually start breaking in pretty quick when you do that. I've seen some people just try to, just walk around with them, and that it doesn't seem to do much. It takes quite a bit of time to break them in that way. But anyway, as far as the Fox Instinct boots,